कर दी सबसे बड़ी गलती, BCom कर लिया. My question to you is, are BCom graduates actually getting jobs these days? Just look around you. How many people do you know who did BCom actually landed jobs? Not many, right? And even if they're lucky enough to get a job, what kind of salary are we talking about? 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs per year? भाई अगर आज तुम्हें iPhone 17 लेना हो, वो खुद 1.5 लाख का मिलता है. 2-3 लाख में किसी का क्या ही होगा? So if you're not getting a decent job, what next then? You might be wondering, will getting a high-paying job after BCom remain a dream forever? Not really. Look, I know what happened has happened. But the good news is we can fix this together, you and I. No need to panic or overthink. I've literally got examples of people who have done BCom and are now working in Fortune 500 companies. But what makes these people different? They didn't just stop at BCom, nor did they opt for the conventional CA or MBA route. Instead, they chose global finance certifications. Certifications that are recognized in more than 120 countries, are easier than CA, way cheaper than MBA, and pay more than CA and MBA usually do. These 4 certifications are: number 1, FRM or Financial Risk Manager. This certification is all about understanding and managing financial risks, market crashes, credit defaults, and how banks protect themselves from losses. क्या हुआ? नहीं समझा? चलो, let's understand what an FRM does with an easy example. Suppose you're handed the responsibility of planning your sister's destination wedding in Goa with a budget of 20 lakh rupees. Now, you can't just book everything blindly, right? First, you'll think, what if it rains during the wedding? Should I book an indoor backup venue or not? That is weather risk management. Then you'll consider, what if the caterer cancels last minute? Let me keep 2 to 3 backup caterers as well. That is operational risk management. You'll also think about money. Should I pay the full 5 lakhs to the decorator in advance, or should I pay 50% now and 50% when the work is done? What if they take all of my money and disappear? This is credit risk management. And finally, you'll obviously keep some emergency fund. 2 lakhs maybe for any last minute problems, or maybe if extra guests show up. That's liquidity risk management. Now, an FRM professional does exactly this, but for banks and financial institutions dealing with thousands of crores of rupees. When a big bank is giving loans, an FRM professional working there asks questions like, number 1, what if real estate prices crash and people can't repay home loans? Number 2, what if there's a recession and 30% of customers just lose their jobs? Number 3, should we give 1,000 crore loans to one big company or split it among 100 small companies? They use complex mathematical models to calculate if the stock market crashes by 40% tomorrow, like it did in March 2020, how much money will our bank lose? Do we have enough backup cash to survive or not? FRM professionals are basically the wedding planners of the financial world. But instead of planning parties, they plan for financial disasters. अब इस एग्जाम्पल से ये तो समझे कि what FRM professionals do, but FRM करना क्यों चाहिए? देखो, every company, whether it's a bank, insurance company, MNC, or even startup, needs someone who can protect them from financial disasters. And today's uncertain economy, risk management is in huge demand. On top of that, you don't need any prior finance experience to give the FRM exam, making it perfect for BCom graduates like you. Fun fact, after the 2008 global financial crisis, risk management was one of the professions which saw a huge rise in demand because every company needed someone to protect them from financial risks. After getting this certification, you gain access to job roles like risk analyst, credit risk manager, market risk specialist, and many more, with salaries starting from 9 to 12 lakhs per annum. And after 5 years, you can earn in the range of 25 to 35 lakhs per annum. It is an ideal option for individuals seeking to enter the finance industry quickly and are interested in risk management. Number 2, the US CMA certification, Certified Management Accountant. The US CMA certification is all about strategic financial planning and decision making for businesses, basically helping companies make smarter money decisions. Now, after listening to this, you might be wondering, kaise? Okay, let's understand this through a simple example. Imagine you have been running a street food stall for quite some time now and it's going great. the profits are crazy, you save 5 lakh rupees, which you plan to reinvest into the business later. For that, you now have multiple options. You can either open a second stall, you can buy a food truck, you can hire more people, or you could invest in better equipment. But which decision is going to give you the maximum profit? A CMA professional solves exactly this puzzle, but for very large companies. Let's say a big food delivery company like Zomato has 100 crores to reinvest in its business. What should they do with that money? Should they expand to 20 new cities, spending on advertising? Or should they improve their app or acquire a smaller competitor? A CMA might analyze that if we expand to new cities, we'll need 60 crores for setup, but it will take 18 months to break even. Alternatively, if we spend 40 crores on advertising in existing cities, we can increase orders by 35% in just 6 months. CMAs build detailed financial models, calculate return on investment, and present options to the CEO with their recommendations. They're basically the financial strategists who ensure every rupee spent generates maximum returns. समझ आ गया CMA क्या करता है? अब समझते हैं कि why someone should even go for a US CMA certification. Look, every single company needs someone to manage their money smartly. No matter whether it is a startup or an MNC, everyone wants to maximize profits. As a CMA, you become the go-to person for all financial decisions. So, the skills that come with the certification will always stay in demand, and the jobs too. Not just this, the US CMA certification is recognized in 178 countries and takes 6 to 8 months to complete. So, it won't take a lot of time, making it simpler and convenient. With this certification, you can get roles like financial analyst, budget manager, corporate controller, etc., where the salaries start from 8 to 10 lakhs per year. And after 5 years of experience, a CMA earns easily around 20 to 30 lakhs per annum. Most importantly, you'll sit in the boardrooms, helping and advising the C-suite leaders making financial decisions, something which takes really long otherwise, if you opt the conventional route. Number 3, ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. This is one of the oldest and most prestigious global accounting and finance certifications, covering auditing, taxation and financial reporting, all in accordance with the international standards. Picture this, you're buying a second-hand car and the seller claims, boss, बिल्कुल first-hand condition है, सिर्फ 20,000 किलोमीटर चली है, accident कभी नहीं हुआ है. But you're smart, you check the odometer, you look for scratches, you verify insurance papers, maybe even take it to a mechanic to check. You don't just trust the seller's word, right? That is exactly what an ACCA professional does, but with companies instead of cars. When a company announces, we made 5,000 crore profit this year, an ACCA qualified financial professional analyzes the financial statements to see if the numbers are actually making sense and if they're matching. They check if revenue is being recognized correctly, if costs are classified transparently, if tax obligations are being met, and whether international accounting standards are being followed or not. They also dig through thousands of transactions, asking sharp questions like, why did the CEO salary suddenly jump from 2 crores to 20 crores? Where did this 500 crore miscellaneous expense go? Why is land worth 100 crores still recorded at 10 crores from years ago? They ensure companies present a true and fair picture to investors, leaders, regulators, and even stakeholders. And all of that matters because lack of oversight and weak financial reporting and governance is what leads to corporate scandals like the Satyam scandal. इस एग्जाम्पल से आपको ये तो समझ आ गया होगा कि ACCA करता क्या है और उनका जॉब इतना जरूरी क्यों है. Let's now look at why someone should go ahead with an ACCA certification. To start with, ACCA is literally the global passport for accounting professionals. It's recognized in 180 countries, which means you can work anywhere in the world. Whether you want to work in cities like London, Dubai, Singapore, or just stay in India, your ACCA qualification opens doors everywhere. Plus, with the increasing focus on transparency post-COVID, companies desperately need financial professionals like ACCA who have a strong understanding of international reporting standards. An ACCA certification usually takes between 18 to 24 months to complete, but you can complete it sooner if you have a BCom degree, where you get exemptions for up to 4 papers. After completing ACCA, you can explore roles like financial manager, risk and compliance specialist, tax consultant, business analyst, and more. The salaries start around 12 LPA, and within 5 years, it's not unusual to cross even 30 lakhs per annum. Finally, the last one, number 4, CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst, the most comprehensive. To make you understand what a CFA does, I'll give you the best example possible. Suppose you're an IPL team owner and you're sitting at the auction table. And for this example, consider every player is available in the auction. You have 100 crore purse to buy players for your IPL team. Now, you can't just randomly pick players because they look good. You need to analyze. Virat Kohli costs 18 crores, but his strike rate in the last 2 years is declining. Should I pick him or go for a younger player like Abhishek Sharma who costs 14 crores but has better recent performance? You can study pitch conditions. In Chennai, spinners perform better, so I need 3 good spinners. You also analyze opponent teams. Mumbai, Hyderabad, Lucknow have good batting, so I need good death bowlers. You balance experienced players with young talent, consider injury histories, and even create the perfect combination within this budget. A CFA professional performs a similar role, focusing on stocks and investments instead of cricket. When someone gives them 50 crores to invest, they don't gamble. They research every company like you research cricket players. Reliance का PE ratio क्या है? TCS का revenue growth sustainable है या नहीं? Banking sector में recession का impact क्या होने वाला है? They analyze market trends. Technology stocks are overvalued right now, so better invest in healthcare. They study global economics. If the US Federal Reserve increases interest rates, it will affect national IT stocks negatively. They create diversified portfolios balancing growth stocks, value stocks, bonds, and international investments. समझा CFAs क्या करते हैं? Now let's walk through why someone should invest in a CFA certification. Firstly, CFA is considered as a gold standard qualification in investment banking and portfolio management. So, if you want to work for giants like Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, or manage funds for ultra-rich clients, CFA is the smartest way to get there. With recognition in over 120 countries, the ROI for a CFA certification is massive, both in terms of salary and even respect in the industry. Once you become a CFA charter holder, you become part of an elite global community. The CFA certification usually can be completed in 24 months and gets you into roles like investment banker, portfolio manager, quantitative analyst, etc. A CFA charter holder can start earning anywhere from 20 LPA and within 5 years of experience can easily earn more than 50 lakhs per annum. Now, out of these 4, FRM is the easiest to crack if you want quick results, while CFA is the most comprehensive and highest paying in the long run. The choice depends completely on your goals and how much time you want to invest. The best thing about all these 4 certifications is that they have a high passing rate, they are way better than CA, they take lesser time and are less expensive than an MBA and have better starting salaries. And you can study for them while you're working somewhere too. The bottom line is to start looking at your BCom degree as a foundation and not as a mistake. These certifications will build on top of that BCom foundation. Examples like Mihir, Bharti and Sanjana started exactly where you are right now. The only difference is they took an unconventional path but a smarter one. If you are considering preparing for any of these certifications, why not prepare with the best? Other prep providers might just teach you, but Imarticus's certification preparation programs in collaboration with KPMG directly give you industry-aligned training through real-world scenarios, something which employers essentially require in today's employees. Don't wait. Click the form in the description below, pick the right certification for you, and connect with our expert counselors for the right guidance. Remember, it's not about where you started, it's about where you're heading. And trust me, with the right certification, you're heading straight to the top.